When it comes to establishing your worldview, I was curious, what newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed and to understand the world?
I read most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media.
Like what one specifically, I'm curious that you...
all of them, any of them that have been in front of me over...
You know, questions about, well, you know, what do you read up there in Alaska? To me, that was a little bit annoying because I'm like, what do you mean, what do I read in Alaska? I read the same things that you guys read in New York and there in L.A. and in Washington State. What do you mean, what do I read about?
To her, I think they're not easy questions to necessarily answer off the cuff.
Okay, so that's my point. But the question about which newspaper do you read, that's an easy question.
Yeah, one of these walk-in talks, it was a casual part of the interview, and I just said, I'm curious, what do you read? What has helped you shape your worldview, or what do you read to stay informed?
Easy question. Easy question. A good question, well, but an easy question.
You know, it was just something I was curious about, you know, if she would offend conservatives by saying she read the New York Times, or I just don't
people
really...
who don't read?
I still...
She's afraid of offending people who don't read. Maybe that was it.
No, but... No, even in the post-election interviews, Dave, that she's done, nobody's really asked her, why didn't you answer that question? She claims that I said, what do you read up there in Alaska, as if people in Alaska don't read or don't have access to reading materials.
So she's saying that she misunderstood the question. Or
I never said that. Yeah. I'm aware of people in Alaska. When it comes to establishing your worldview, I was curious, what newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed?
Most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media. Isn't a foreign country where it's kind of suggested, it seems like. Wow, how could you keep in touch with what the rest of Washington, D.C. may be thinking and doing when you live up there in Alaska?
You know, questions about, well, what do you read up there in Alaska? To me, that was a little bit annoying because I'm like, what do you mean, what do I read in Alaska?